Hello everyone, today I'm going to be showing you how to play I Want to Be Your Man by the Rolling Stones. Just quick background, this song was released in late 1963. I think it was the Stones' second hit in England, and it was given to them by the Beatles. John Lennon and Paul McCartney wrote the song and gave it to the Rolling Stones so that they could record and release it. And there's actually a Beatles version too, I'm sure many of you know that, but I'm going to be going over the Stones version today, and this is a really short song. It's not even 2 minutes long, but it's a fun one to play, and it's a little bit different. So I will say that the first thing you need to know is that Brian Jones is playing the slide guitar, so you'll need a slide for that, and it'll make it a little bit trickier. But Keith is just doing the rhythm part in standard tuning, so I'm pretty sure you can just do that normally. But anyways, so like I said, you're going to want a guitar slide, and you're going to want to tune your guitar into open E. Oops. Okay, and let's see here. That goes E, B, E, G sharp, B, E. So those are the notes for open E, and you're gonna want a little slide too. And I like to usually put it on my ring finger, but Brian plays it on his pinky finger. I'm not sure that it makes that big of a difference, but just worth noting, I guess. So this song is in the key of C. Most of it just goes back and forth between C and G here. So and in case you don't know about playing slide guitar, you're going to want to position the slide over the fret. So if you're on the third fret, here's the dot, and you want to put it over this fret right here if you're playing that. So that's just something worth noting. But anyways, the song starts off like this, and it's actually not played. He doesn't start off playing with the slide. He goes. And so what he's doing there is using his index finger, and I think he's actually using his index and middle finger, but I assume my index finger, and he's sliding with that between the 8th and 6th frets here. So 1, 2. So he does that twice. And then that's when he starts using the slide, and he'll slide up to here on the 8th fret, and he'll be playing the bottom, or the top 3 strings, I guess. So these ones. So he'll do that 3 times, and then he'll go down to the 3rd fret here. So that's what he plays the first part of the verse. And then the second part, he goes back up to that 8th fret. And then on the second time through, he goes down to the G. And then he goes back up. So what he's doing there is in the first part, he's going, 1, 2, 3. And then on the 4th measure, he's going to the third fret here, and then the second time through he goes 1, 2, and on the third one he goes to the 3rd fret, and then he goes back up here, if that makes sense. So I'll just play it real quick. So that's the verse right there. It's the same throughout the song. And then he goes into the chorus, which he stops using the slide, and he goes. So what he's doing there, he's doing that same thing, just playing these top 2 strings, which are, the 5 and 6 strings here. And he's playing on the, the 10th fret, going down to the 9th, going down to the 8th, and then dropping all the way down to the 3rd fret. So and then he's going to the 8th fret here, playing the 7th, 6th, and 5th. And then he's repeating that first part where it goes, 10, 9, 8, 3. And then he's echoing the intro here with that 8 to 6. So that's how you play the verses and the choruses for Brian's part. And then you have the solo for this, which is a little bit fun. It's so the solo for Brian's part, to play that, you're going to want to start on the 6th fret of the B string and slide up to the 8th. So, 1, 2, 3. Then you go to the 6th fret of the high E string, slide up to the 8th fret, and then slide up to the 10th and back down. So from the top. And at the end there, you're going back to the 6th and back to the 8th. So I'll play it slow. That's the first part. And then the second part kind of mirrors that. So it starts the same way. Start at the 6th on the 6th fret of the B string and slide up to the 8th. And then same thing on the high A string. You go from the 6th to the 8th. So. And then you drop down and play this. And you're just sliding on from the 2nd fret to the 3rd fret here, playing that B string one note. And then the 2nd and 3rd, you're playing on that 3rd fret of the high E string. So you play that like that. So from the top, from the beginning of the solo, it goes like this. And then the 3rd part of it echoes that first part again. And then the final part of it goes. So what you're doing there is sliding from the 6th to the 8th fret on the B string. And then on that final one, you slide it back down. So. Like that. And then you go down to the, the 4th fret here. Play the B string 4th fret, and then play the G string 4th fret. So all together it sounds like this. Alright, that's like the hardest part right there of the entire song. So if you can get that down, then you've got Brian's entire part down. Congratulations. I think honestly the solo is the hardest part, but it's also just kind of it's difficult getting used to the slide guitar as well. So that's Brian's part, and now I'll move on to Keith's part. Alright, for Keith's part, it's pretty simple. I switched guitars because this one's in standard tuning, which is nice. I like that. But he's just kind of playing the rhythm on this one. And so he starts off playing that C chord, and I've told you guys this from other videos, maybe like my 19th Nervous Breakdown video, but when he does power chords, he does like his index finger on the root note, and then on his 5th, he does his middle finger. I prefer doing my ring finger, but I don't think it makes a huge difference. But he starts off with like a C power chord, and he's going. He's doing that while Brian's going. Oh, and by the way, I think I should mention that if you don't want to tune your guitar into standard tuning, you can play Brian's part on just these two strings, on the B and the E string here. And if you want, you can tune this G string. It's actually a G sharp and open E, so you can really just tune this up a semitone and play Brian's entire part. It's just a quick little hack there. But anyways, so Keith's part goes off, it starts going like this. And then when you go into the verse, Keith just goes back. He doesn't do this top note, he just goes back and forth like this. But anyways, what he's doing there is just going, he's got his index finger on the 10th, on the 8th fret of the E string, his middle finger, but third finger for me on the 10th fret of the A string, and then using the pinky finger to get that 12th fret and then up to the 13th fret. Real slow. So in the verse, he's just going. And then dropping down to the G right here, same chord shape or hand shape or whatever, just down here on the G on the 3rd fret. And it's that same pattern that we had with Brian, right? So it goes, 3 chords in a row of C, and then you go on the G for the first part of the verse, and then the last part you do 2 chords of C, and then G, and then come back up to C. So that's Keith's part on the verses. It's pretty simple. It's just literally going back and forth between C and G. Pretty easy there. And then for the chorus, it's a little different. I actually wasn't able to find good sources on what he's doing here, and you can't really hear the rhythm guitar for the chorus. So I just prefer to kind of mimic the chords that Brian's playing, and it's the chords that go along with the song. But anyways, it goes like this. And then after that, he goes back into... So the chords he's playing here is D, C sharp, C, and then G. So, he's going with this bar chord formation. He usually likes playing it like this. However you feel comfortable. But anyways, so he goes down from the 10th to the 9th to the 8th to the 3rd. And the next one he starts on, same thing, same bar chord formation. Goes down from the 8th to the 7th to the 6th to the 5th. And then he does the same as he just did at the first part here. So 10, 9, 8, 3. And then after that is the end of the chorus where Brian has that part where it goes. And then that's where Keith is just playing, what is it? Like we had in the intro. And then as far as the solo goes, Keith is playing that like he does the verses, right? So he's just going... So he's just playing that, and that's really all there is to Keith's part, so it's a lot easier. So I hope this video is helpful for you. It's a short song. I think it's a good one to learn a little bit of slide guitar on because it's not too long. I feel like if you're a beginner and as long as you have the right equipment, it's kind of a good way to get your feet wet and try open tunings and slide guitars. And it's just a fun one to play. So I hope this was helpful, and I hope you guys have a good day.